Hello everyone, this is Samantha Ramirez and welcome to my tutorial on how to create an assessment in Google Forms. In this tutorial, you will learn how to create a multiple choice assessment in Google Forms and how to share an assessment in Google Forms. So let's head on over to Google and get started. Okay, now that we are on the Google page, we want to head on over to the Google Apps. So you'll want to scroll up here to Google Apps, and the one that we are looking for is Google Forms. So we want to scroll down to more to get more options, and we'll select Google Forms. Okay, this is what your screen will look like, and up top there are different forms that Google has for us. So the one that we're going to work on today is a Google assessment, which we're going to select this one, and it will open a Google assessment for us. Okay, so this is what a Google assessment looks like. I want to start off first by going over what each icon means. So let's go ahead and start that. So up at the top, you have these icons here. This first one is to customize a theme. So you can customize the background, your header, anything like that. This next icon is the preview icon, which allows you to get a preview of what the people who are taking your assessment can see from their view. Followed by the settings, which you can make changes to your assessment. And lastly, with the send button. So that send button you'll click on when you're ready to send out your assessment. Next up top, you have a few options here. This first tab is your questions tab, so you will see basically the outline of your questions. I'm going to scroll down so you can see. There you have your question options, and you also have a response section. So as you're creating your assessment and when you send it out to those whom are taking it, you can get their responses. So on here, it'll show you, the number of responses you've got, and it'll give you the results. So you'll get more information in there once you have sent your assessment out. So let's go back over to the questions tab. And then on this right-hand side, you have some options as well. This first little icon is to add a question. So if you want to add in more, you can add up to about 30 questions. There's not really a limit that is stated. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to stick to 2. Here you can add a title and description, which we'll do in a bit. You can add pictures, an image, videos, or sections. So I'll go ahead and add a section so you guys can see what that does. So here it shows you it divides your assessment into sections. So if you have themes or anything like that. But for today's tutorial, we're just going to stick to one section. So let's go back and delete that. And to do that, you click on the 3 dots and delete section. So now it just shows, one section of your assessment. So next I want to go ahead and change our background and theme. So to do that, we're going to go up to this first icon, the painting icon, to customize theme. So we'll click there. And so I want to change the theme and the header and all that good stuff. So for your header, you can upload an image. So let's click here. And it gives you options here to select from. But for today's tutorial, I kind of want to go along the theme of what we have been working on with the Zoom and Groom. So I'm going to upload a picture that I have saved. So we're going to go here, select from your computer, and I'm going to choose this guy. Okay, so here's your header, and you can make it a little larger, wider, so it can fit your whole page. And we'll just keep these little doggies in. Okay, then you will select. So you can hit select and your header should change. Okay, there we go. And you can also change the background theme color. So I'm gonna stick to the red. That was kind of my theme throughout my other assignments, so we'll stick with that. And once that is done, you can just exit out of theme. And there you go. so that you have your background and header changed. Next, we will continue with creating our assessments. So first you want to give your assessment a title, and my title will be How to Become a Dog Walker. Oh, that was pretty. And in this next section, you can kind of give a description. So I'm going to go ahead and enter that. This assessment is based on the online training tutorial for dog walkers at Zoo and Groom. Please complete the assessments to test your knowledge on properly becoming a dog walker. Be sure to submit for full points. Okay, so I have my title, and I also have a little description of what my assessment is meant for. Now let's give our assignments or assessments a title to save under. So I went ahead and added How to Become a Dog Walker. So once you save it, that will be what your form is saved under. Okay, next let's go on to the next section of your assessments. So right below your title and description, you have your name and email boxes. So this is where the person whom is taking your assessment will enter their name and their email address. So it's considered a little short answer because that allows the person to type in their answer with just their name. And here is your required key. So it's required because obviously you want to know whom is taking this assessment. And the same for email, same format. So next, let's move on to the first question. And in this first question, let me scroll this down a bit. You also have other little icons and options. So this is your first question box. To the right of your first question, where you'll type in your actual question, to the right of it, you have this drop-down menu, which gives you the options of what form you want your question to be. So right now, the default is multiple choice. You click it, it gives you more options. So check boxes, drop down, short answer, paragraph, other options. But for this first question, we're going to keep it simple and do multiple choice. So I'm going to just select that again. And let's type in our first question. So my question number 1 is, at a minimum, how long should dog walks be? Okay, so now that we have the first question, let's go ahead and enter the answers. So right below you have your options, and that's going to be your answers. So for option number 1, I'm going to enter my first answer, which is 5 minutes. Then option 2, 10 minutes. Option 3, 20 minutes. Ooh. And option 4, 30 minutes. Okay. So in order to select which answer is correct, you want to go on over to your answer key. We're going to click that. And now I have to choose my correct answer. So my correct answer to this question is 30 minutes. So you'll see you get a green check mark, and that is your correct answer. Up at the top, you have your number of points of like how much your question is worth. So I'm only going to have 2 questions for this assessment, so I'm going to make them 5 points each. So I'm going to change that to 5. Okay, so my first question will be worth 5 points. Once we've selected that, you can go back to edit question, and there it is. So my question number 1 is, at a minimum, how long should dog walks be? And this is my correct answer. Also, your required button should be on, because obviously that question is required for your colleagues or students or whoever is taking this assessment. They're required to answer this question. Okay, so next we can go on to our second question. All right, so I've went ahead and added my second question, which this time I did a checkbox option, so meaning they can check more than one question. My question is, what daily essentials are needed when dog walking? And I'm asking them to check all that apply. I went ahead and added my 3 correct answers, and my answer key is worth 5 points. So there is my 2 questions. So once I've done that, I'm ready to send it out. So let's go ahead and go over to our preview icon to take a look at how it will look once they're taking it. So we're gonna go click here, and it'll take me to this page. Now on my page, I've already taken the assessment, but just pretend it was blank, and I went through and answered the question. So I entered my name, my email address, and I answered the questions on the assessments. I got full points, a 10 out of 10. It gave me my results right away. So once I did that, I hit submit, and it took me to this page, which I could view my score. And again, I was given a 10 out of 10. So that is what the people who are taking your assessment will do, what it will look like to them once it has been sent to them. So let's go back to the creators page, and it looks like this, which is what you have been creating. So now that somebody has taken my assessments, I have a response. So now we can click here, and it gives me some more information. So it lets me know that somebody has taken my assessments, and it gives me kind of some insight. So it gives me an average of like who is getting what points. You know, it lets me know the number of people who have taken my assessments. You know, and it breaks down by question. So let's say I had gotten a question wrong, or there was many people who got the same wrong question. That gives you the insight and feedback to say, you know, maybe that question was a little misguiding, or maybe they didn't understand that topic. So that's really neat that you get that kind of feedback from your assessments. And I mean, that's what you want to learn when you're sending these out. Okay, so let's pretend we were going to send it. We're ready, we finished our assessment, and we are ready to send this out to our students, our colleagues, our peers, whomever this assessment is meant for. We're gonna click send up here, and this pops up. So you want to send via email, so you would type in whomever's email you are sending this to, and send. So this completes my tutorial on how to create an assessment in Google Forms. I hope you find this helpful, and hopefully you get around to using it in the future. Thank you.